Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about what I want for Sonic Movie 3. Now, these are just my opinions. These are what I want. If you disagree, then comment about what you want for Sonic Movie 3. But with that being said, let's begin. First of all, I want a better soundtrack. My main problem with the first two movies' soundtrack is the credits theme. The general soundtrack was fine, but the credits themes just did not feel like Sonic at all. The instrumentals for the credits themes just sound way better, and I feel like if they just didn't use the vocals for the credits, it would have been way better and I wouldn't have complained as much. I say Linkin Park could compose for Sonic Movie 3, or at least for the credits themes. I'd like some Sonic Adventure era sounding music, or just some rock music, because the Sonic series has a lot of that, but I feel like the Sonic movies haven't been using it. Moving on, I want to talk about Shadow's personality. Everyone just sees him as like this edgy version of Sonic, and he sorta is that, but there's more to him, and I want Sonic Movie 3 to dive into that. I want to be taken very seriously. There's not a lot I want to say here other than that. I hope they also focus on some of the Maria story. Next up on the list for my wish list for Sonic Movie 3 is Shadow's voice actor. Now, everyone has been saying for like the past 3 years to get Keanu Reeves, but ever since last year, people have also been saying to get Robert Pattinson. Me personally, I think either one would be fine. I don't want him to sound like Kirk Thornton. I really just want him to sound more like SA2 Shadow. Kirk Thornton just sounds a little too edgy for my liking.
So this is why you called me here. Find some other pawn, Eggman. I'll never work with you again. Now get out of my sight. Silence, fool!
I just prefer the style of David Humphries and Jason Griffith's Shadow voice. By the way, Jason Griffith is not going to voice Shadow in Sonic Movie 3. This is not going to happen. Everyone thinks since Colleen voiced Tails, then maybe Jason Griffith can voice Shadow, but it's really not going to happen, and that doesn't make any sense. Plus, how are they even going to get him back? He hasn't voiced Shadow or Sonic in a decade. Actually, over a decade. Next, I want Rouge The Bat. I'm not sure how they would handle her character or anything. I hope they give her a Heroes or Prime style outfit. I'm leaning towards Heroes though. The reason I say this is because some pieces of Rouge, but in the Sonic movie style fan art, have used a outfit similar to Heroes, basically just black and pink suit thing. And it looks really cool, and I hope they do something like that. Considering Prime also changed Rouge's outfit, and Prime is pretty recent, so they're probably going to do that jumpsuit style thing. But yeah, moving on. Another character I kind of want to see is Amy. Now, it just seems like the right time to use Amy Rose, and she obviously won't be a main character, but I hope she does some sort of fighting or something. I'm not sure what to add to this, so yeah. Next thing I want them to do is have Robotnik be like sort of a secondary villain. Because I really just want, up until the end, this mainly to be a Sonic vs. Shadow movie. So I don't want Robotnik to be as much of a villain as Shadow. I want Shadow to be the main villain, and then at the final battle they fight off Eggman or Robotnik. Next, I hope they reference some Sonic Adventure 2 lines like the Faker thing.
I found you, Faker!
And stuff like that. Just because it would be kind of funny, but also a little bit cool. But next, I hope Sonic and Shadow go super, just like the end of SA2. Next, I really want them to focus less on the humans, because I want this to be a Sonic vs. Shadow movie. I want them to focus less on the humans. They sort of did that in Sonic Movie 2, because they had more Sonic characters, because they added Tails and Knuckles. So they're obviously gonna focus less on the humans in the third movie. Before we move on to the last one, here's some honorable mentions. The first honorable mention, we're gonna talk about some SA2 stages references. Basically, I want some stages like Radical Highway or City Escape to be sort of put in Sonic Movie 2. They kind of did this in Sonic Movie 2, where they reference kind of Ice Cap Zone, and also from Sonic Adventure. So it's probably gonna happen. I hope we get some sort of Radical Highway or City Escape or something that references an SA2 stage in the third movie. Next, Shadow's Death. The reason I made these honorable mentions is because these aren't stuff that I really want to happen. These are just stuff that are sorta might happen, or I a little tiny bit want to happen. And out of all the honorable mentions, this is the one I least want to happen, but it'll be kind of cool if they did it, because this will also reference SA2, and you have characters die in a PG movie, so they can do this. They can do Shadow's Death if they wanted to. And maybe Sonic Movie 3 will be a tiny bit darker than the last two movies, so yeah. Next isn't something I really want. In fact, I might actually make this the one that I least want out of all the honorable mentions, because I don't expect this to really happen, but hopefully we get a slight Live and Learn remix, somewhere. Do you guys remember when Sonic Movie 2's logo or title thing was revealed? And then we got the Emerald Hill remix. Maybe when they reveal Sonic Movie 3's title, and no, they didn't reveal the logo yet, because that's a placeholder, because that came out before Sonic Movie 2 even came out, so they just didn't want to spoil it, so they made that placeholder. But, maybe for the video of the title logo thing announcement, they'll have a slight Live and Learn remix. But yeah, that might be pretty cool. Moving on to the last thing I really want. We're done with the honorable mentions. I just wanted to say a few things, but here's the last thing I want: an SA2 Sonic Adventure 2 style plot. I hope they dive into the Maria stuff and all that, the whole Faker stuff and the government and all that stuff. Because like I said, I want a Sonic and Shadow or Sonic vs. Shadow movie. So I hope we get an SA2 style plot. We have Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. The government has already been involved with the movie, or movies. If we get Rouge, that's another SA2 character. If we get Andy, that's also technically an SA2 character. And we're also getting Shadow. So then, that would basically be every SA2 character in the movie. But that's all I wanted for Sonic Movie 3. Let me know what you want for Sonic Movie 3 in the comment section below. Do you see any of these happening? Yes or no, and tell me why. Follow me on Twitter and join my Discord server, and that's all.